Hey there, folks. How are you doing? It is Martha Fraser here, and we are on the Online Biz Coffee Break. Let me just share this to Facebook. So I'm just sharing this on Facebook, if it all works. Okay, just give me 2 seconds. We'll be live in a second. It's just a bit slow to load. So we're on the Online Business Coffee Break, and this is where we connect with each other as business owners and get through what we're getting through, talk about online business. If I can answer any questions for you, I will be doing that. Let me just see how we're doing. So Kirsten, you're very welcome. So Kirsten, anyone who comes on, I'm going to invite them on. I'm going to invite you as a panelist. So if you don't want to become a panelist, just don't accept it. So let's connect. So let me just, lovely. So if you want to share your video and unmute yourself, Kirsten, we can have a chat and see how you're doing. So I think I can hear you.
Can you see me? No.
No, I can't see you. I'll just ask you to start your video. There you go. Hey, excellent. Perfect. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you? We met about 1.5 years ago at a Bold Heart Mindset retreat last year.
Oh, in Atlanta?
In Atlanta.
Oh, wow. Isn't that amazing? Do you want to introduce yourself? Anyone watching, where you are and what you do?
Yep. So Kristen Anker, I am a parent empowerment specialist. So I'm a parent coach.
We need you.
I think everybody does right now. And I live in Connecticut. I live in Weston, Connecticut. And I have 3 children of my own, 11, 8, and 5. And I'm a former Montessori teacher. I've been facilitating positive discipline workshops for the past 9 years, and a school consultant, and now parent coach. Bold Heart made me a parent coach, so that's what I am now.
Wow, that's amazing. So how have you been through what we're going through?
So we are homeschooling right now. Our kids were done with school last Thursday, so it was a kind of an emergency Wednesday afternoon. They didn't get sent home with any work because the town next to us was very highly infected. So we're home, and so I've been kind of developing my own little homeschool with my kids, but I've never homeschooled before, so I'm not a homeschooler. But I've been also reaching out to my community. I read a story for like the little kids the other day, and just in my Facebook group, supporting my parents and just doing what I can do while I've been home.
Okay, wow, that's incredible. Do you want to share your website, Kirsten, with us?
So my website's under construction right now. It's www.kristenanker.com. So KRISTENANCKER.com. And right now I've been just taking one-on-one coaching clients via Zoom. So right now that's what I'm doing. And it's great because the Positive Discipline Association has been really supporting facilitators to now go online, where I was doing a lot more in person. So some of it's new to me. So I definitely would love advice as to
Yeah, sure. We're going to talk about that today as well. So thank you for that, Kirsten. Neil, hello. You're very welcome to the Online Biz Coffee Break. How are you? Yeah, I can't hear you yet now. Will I unmute you?
I'll unmute.
There you go.
Yeah, okay. So I just lost you. Yeah, I'll unmute. Hi, How are you?
Do you want to introduce yourself, Neil?
Yeah, Neil O'Brien. I'm based in Ireland, maybe like yourself, Martha, possibly. And I
What part
just
of Ireland are you in?
in Cork,
Oh, very good. I'm in Galway.
southeast. So I'm really just I've been off for a few days, and I'm just kind of back in work today and trying to adjust to all these challenges we're facing. I
Yeah, big
run
time.
a business consultant. I run mastermind groups. I run 2 mastermind groups.
Okay.
I also do consulting with clients, which I think is so I'll be moving the 2 mastermind groups that were face to face. So
Okay.
now I'll be moving them online on Zoom.
Okay.
So I think it's possible to move over to Zoom.
Oh, very much. I mean, very much. Look at us here now, you know.
Yeah.
I do, to be honest, the last couple of years, like, I suppose I've been doing online since 2010 probably. And I suppose the reason I was doing it was because basically I've got young kids, and I was a software engineer, was in corporate for years, and it's funny because even, let's say, before all this happened, you know, even some of my bigger clients, you know, they were saying, can I meet you in person? I was going, you know, I only do in person for certain packages, and this package, everything's online, you know. And there's a lot of pros, you know, to online, because people get recordings and they can watch things back, you know. So when you have that white coat syndrome and you forget everything, you can go and look at the recording. So I think this is going to give people a big opportunity to step up in a whole new way, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Like what you're doing and what others are doing. I'll probably do something similar for my own clients, just maybe have a daily little webinar or check-in Zoom call where people can come on and pose questions and maybe brainstorm ideas and bring challenges along and questions.
Yeah, exactly. I was watching a live stream of a lady I just kind of came across recently, and I want to get her name right because she gave good advice. Hang on, I just want to look up her name because if I'm going to quote her, I want to give her credit. I think it was Marie Alexievich was her name. I'll find her correct name in a minute. But one of the things she said, and I guess for myself as well, so one of the things that I have done, and if any of you want to join me, I'm going to put the link here. So so next week I'm doing a 3-day workshop. It's called SOS Online. It's 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then the following week is 3 days. So what I plan to do with those of you who join me is we're going to get your offer online, your sales page. We're going to implement whatever it is you're offering, get the payment, and in those 3 days you will be up and running. So I suppose one of my big things is I'm a big integrator. I'm quite a technical person, and so we take it from idea to done. That's the plan. So if any of you want to join me next week, that's happening then. If
when you say up and running, how do you mean?
Pardon?
When you say up and running, how do you mean?
So like a lot of people think, you know, I want to get something online, but they don't do it. So basically what we'll have done by the end of these few days is that you'll have your sales page, you'll have a method of payment, and you will have either the content mapped out or created, or if you're going to do something live, then, you know, you'll have it planned out and you'll know technically how you're going to set it up and how you're going to implement it. So I've literally, to be honest, it's probably the cheapest thing I have done in years, but I feel people need it for a time of service right now. So basically within those, so there's 3 days of implementation. So we're going to be online together like this, doing the work, creating your sales page, mapping out your content. I'll be telling you, answering all your questions and telling you the technical stuff to move you along. And I'll also be telling you how to do it lean, you know, without, like, if you have a budget to sign up to software, fantastic. But like, we can do these things lean at the moment, right? And one of my messages that I always try to bring is that, and I've learned this over the years, learned it for myself initially starting off, is that people want the message and the transformation, and they want you and your knowledge. They don't, the bells and the whistles to them, like you can have all the bells and whistles, but if your message isn't transformative and helping people, it doesn't matter, you know. I had some clients over the years who had more money than sense and bought all the software and blah, blah, blah. But if you don't have what it takes to help people and serve people, then the bells and whistles don't matter really, to be honest, you know.
Yeah.
And it's really about connecting, you know. So sorry, just have a wire in place here, but yeah, so sorry, oh yes, sorry, what I wanted to share with you was what I got from this live stream last night. And I guess it's kind of what I'm doing myself, in that, you know, right now businesses need to they need to pivot, they need to change, they need to bring something different and be of service, help people at as much as they can, and still keep their own business going, you know, still keep their own cash flow going. So anyway, this thing that this lady shared last night was, I just loved the way she said it. It was, what is the urgency? What is the fear? What are the desires that people want right now? So next week, when we're doing this workshop next week, we're going to be going over, I mean, this is something that I've done myself, in that, like, I've created an offer straight away. Like, I turned that around yesterday in 2 hours, got it up, got it live. And I just got a nudge to do this, and I'm following my own guidance and intuition. Like, my other ways of working with me are like, they're crazy expensive, and I just don't feel, I can't offer that right now. It's just not, people don't need that right now. And they need a way to get things done, you know. So anyway, so I thought that was really good. What is the urgency people have? What are the fears? What are their desires? And I'm just going to get that name of that girl so I can give her credit, because that's not my line. Oh, there she is, Marina Alexieve. That's her name. Marina Alexieve.
How do you spell that surname?
Alexieva. Marina Alexieve.
VA at the end, is it?
Yeah, Alexieva. So just give her credit on that.
Okay.
So I think so Claire's joined us now as well. And sorry, Neil, do you want to give us your website so that we can give you a shout out as well?
Yeah. The mastermind one is, I could type it in here, will I? Will I type it in?
Yes, perfect. In the chat box, that'd be fantastic. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. If I combine.
Claire, you're welcome to unmute and share your video as well. Now, I understand you may be surrounded by kids who are screaming, so that's fine.
I'm going to write my website in.
Do and share your social links as well. And actually, as you're writing them.
That would be what I need help with too, is like the clarity of, okay, what should I do right now? What should I focus on? And then keeping it simple. And because right now I'm on Facebook.
Yeah.
Promote in the Facebook page, and I'm not really on Instagram. And
so, yeah. So one of the things that I would say is that right now, I suppose I just felt called to just connect with people and do this online coffee break for my own sanity as well as everybody else's, right? This is my hour too, right? And I think like, I mean, I'm quite a spiritual person in my own way, and I feel that right now all the medical staff are being called to that front line. And I think if we can kind of be virtually on our front line for people in whatever way we can provide service. So like, I mean, especially Kirsten, the parents are experiencing a whole new world of, I mean, this like, I'm sorry I was a minute late because we literally were out for a cycle, and I was like, sugar, I'm on at 1 o'clock, and I was jogging with them, so I had to come home, run upstairs, jump into the shower, and like, I was like, oh shoot. You know, so like, so I'm especially here where we are in Galway. Galway is known for the rain. And I know from my own experience, it rains more in the afternoon. So instead of doing the schoolwork in the morning, we're getting out first thing in the morning because it's normally drier in the mornings.
Yeah.
So the rest of the afternoon after this is schools open. But the thing is, like, I'm not a teacher. Like I say, I'm a teacher to online adults, which is much easier than my kids who are like 6 and 9. So like, I think for both of you and Claire as well, Claire, will you just chat in the chat box, Claire, if you want to come on, and just in case you want me to unmute you or start your video. So I think for everyone right now, like one of the things I'm a big, you know, let's say one of my clients, they call me the star maker. I help people shine. And for all of you who are on today, ask yourselves, you know, how can I turn up? How can I be visible? How can I be visible on my Facebook Lives? How can I shine more? There's Claire. Hi, Claire. How can I be seen? Hello, hello, hello. Claire, do you want to introduce yourself and give your website and whatnot and your details? So I know Claire.
Thanks. Hi, thanks. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, perfectly.
Great, thanks. Yes, I had to bribe the children for the next few minutes.
Yeah, mine are watching a movie.
Out of my space. Thanks very much, Martha. Yeah, my name is Claire and my business is Claire Styling Clinic. And yeah, I didn't get your names there, but I was just listening to the other lady there. What do we do now? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I would go out doing styling classes. I know I don't look at today. I would go out doing styling classes and one-on-one colour consultations. So that's kind of gone a little bit to the side and feeling a little stuck at the moment. Yeah, what to do and where to go.
Yeah, and I think like styling as well, right?
Very
I mean,
good.
it's probably not people's first priority right now, but
No.
I think some of the things that you can do is like going, okay, you know, how to style yourself at home, how to look good at home. Because I know myself that like I've been working at home for a very long time, and I had some bad habits when I first started, you know, like not having a shower first thing in the morning. Now, I normally don't, because I normally do my exercise first, then I do my shower. But, you know, if I didn't, let's say if I had no clients online, I'm going to admit this now, and I even have my slippers on as well, right? I have my big flurry slippers, right?
I know, yeah.
You know, because I love to be comfortable when I'm doing video calls, right? So, like, one of the things is like, you know, how can you be of service to people now? And we might even take a minute or two to just brainstorm. What is the urgency that people in your area need? And just think about that for a minute. And what are the fears that you can help them with? And like the other thing is, you know, so how can you keep people, when people look good, as you know, Claire, they feel good.
Yeah.
So it's all about helping people feel good right now, feel positive, survive, and how they can thrive in this new home environment that we find ourselves in. And the thing is as well is that they can still look up fashion, they can still look online, they may not be purchasing maybe as much as before, but it's maybe now is a time to do inner reflection, to connect with, to clear out that wardrobe that they've always said they'd declutter, you know. So what are the things that they said they'd always do in the people in your community? What are the things they said they'd always do that now is the time? You know, so the thing is that when they, like, I mean, you may not be styling people right now, but you can help them declutter and keep the fashion items that work. You know, how not to throw out, and how to create a wardrobe of what you have right now.
Yeah.
You know, like it's really about putting yourself in the mindset of where people are right now. And it's like that. We need to, like, literally, like, I mean, myself and my husband were saying like that last night, this is like being in a bloody movie, you know. I bet Steven Spielberg is taking notes right now, you know, Corona 2020, it'll be out in 10 years time.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Go on.
Say too, Claire, so as a Montessori teacher, I did this workshop when I was trained 20 years ago about the teacher. And the teacher needed to be dressed up, and the teacher needed to look good, and the teacher needed to take a shower and smell good and be good, be that role model for the kids. So for me, the past week since I've been home with my kids, I've taken, like Martha, I've taken a shower first thing in the morning. I didn't always do that. I'm looking in my closet. I'm like, I'm gonna dress up. I'm gonna be this teacher. Like, I'm trying to play the part. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing home? You know, like,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna try to look good. My kids are like, why are you all dressed up? I'm like, because I'm your teacher today, and we're gonna do, you know,
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
do better when they feel better. So I'm gonna go through my closets. We have a lot of time to, to do that kind of stuff. But I think, yeah, helping moms to create their wardrobes. Here's our opportunity to take the time.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you though, when we get dressed into the position or where we want to feel more authoritative, kind of, our brain kind of kicks in with that as well. So what you wear connects with your brain anyway, and you do, you're more productive, I suppose. Yeah.
I think you're more productive. Yeah.
Completely. And even when I was getting dressed now, and now, okay, I have a t-shirt on me, but it's I chose this really for a really good reason, because it says, love the air you breathe. And at the very end, I don't know if I can bring this up, I don't want to show you my underbits, but there's this one sentence, and it's, I am where I need to be. Yeah. So I like, you know, I chose this top, like, I suppose I would be very much how would you say, a kind of spiritual, intuitive person in myself, coming out of the closet as a spiritual person. And I really believe that our clothes need to be positive right now more than ever. You know, and there's a friend of mine who is, I don't know if you know Marcia O'Regan, who's a colour therapist.
Yes, I know Marcia.
Well, I don't know Marcia. Yeah. Being a friend of Marcia's over the last few years, has really made me understand the power of color, you know. So I think right now everyone can really look at, you know, we can still serve, we can still be there for our community, and we can still show up. So, you know, just maybe brainstorming right now, how can we show up differently? How can you show up for free and be of service? And if, like, the thing is that right now, please God, this will be sorted by the autumn, but if what we can do is show up and be of service, you can grow your email list, you can create digital products, you can work on your website. And actually in April, I'm going to do a 4-week completely free build your website in 4 weeks. So like, it's like, how can we really think outside the box and just be there? And one of the things that, you know, is there's like, one of the things that I realized the other day, I told this to a group that I was speaking to, was, you know, the software that I use, the affiliate partnerships I'm in, they're other form of income streams. So, you know, do you recommend things? Is there other streams of income that you can recommend? So that even just that could be an income stream right now for you, you know. So what about yourself, Neil? Do you think there's any of this is kind of resonating for you?
Yeah, and look, I appreciate that the businesses, Claire and Kristen, have probably different businesses from me in one sense, because I deal with business owners. But just this morning, we have this little daily huddle for 10 minutes. And normally what happens is people just say what they're going to do that day, and then the next day we score ourselves. It's really, we're focused on accountability. It works really well.
Yeah.
This morning, I just asked everybody, there was 5 of us on the call, all business owners. I just asked them what challenges they're facing. And really interesting what came out of it. For example, cash flow is a huge one for business owners, getting paid, keeping their staff employed, moving some of their courses online, developing online products. So there's a lot and more, but I mean, just based on, I've been thinking about it since, and just listening to what you're saying, Martha, one thing they probably need help with is cash flow forecasting. And I've done a lot of
Yeah.
that over the years. So, and I'm very conscious of just helping clients and just giving back without necessarily expecting anything in return. Just help them first.
Yeah.
And there may be some way of generating extra income as we go along. But the first,
Well, like, do you have a cash flow software tool that you use that you're an affiliate of or a partner of or anything like that?
no, I don't. But you know what? It's like I've used some of those before, and I know accountants use them. The conclusion we've come to is that a spreadsheet is probably just as effective as anything, and
Okay.
it's not. It's helping people prepare it, because a lot of people don't know how to do it. So it's the nuts and bolts of helping them do it. But I suppose a lot of the value is when you look, maybe look at a business and see that in 2 months' time there's going to be a problem. It's the what ifs. How are you going to respond to that is probably where a lot of the value is, in terms of what can we do now to make sure that in 2 months' time you're going to minimize the problem. So I mean, that's something I could offer all my clients. Just say, look, I can help you with this if you want. No charge. Just reach out and help people.
I mean, you could do basically what I'm doing, Neil. So basically next week when we do this 3-day online workshop, that's all going to be recorded. And that's then going to turn into a digital product that I'm going to sell on my website. Now I probably might keep doing it live. I'm not sure yet. So one of the things you can do is do something live, then resell it as a digital product. So you could either take that product and do it live, or you could create your videos and just sell it as like $20 digital product, or whatever price point you feel aligned to, right?
Yeah.
And like the thing is, just like what you said, this is something that people need right now. And like cash flow, like that's what people are worrying about.
Yeah.
So does that sound like something for you?
Yeah, that's very doable. Yeah, it's a couple of ideas there. I'll go in and think about and just draft some plans for maybe do something next week.
Yeah. So for I'm just going to share so do you want to give maybe 3 now? You don't have to do it all now here, but do you want to give 3 maybe key points for anyone who's watching this and maybe watching later on? What's the key thing for cash flow right now?
Yeah, I suppose probably the main thing to do is to actually prepare a forecast, and all you're doing there is, if you do it daily, weekly, or monthly, you're just estimating how much cash, say for April, for March, April, how much cash do I think is going to come in, how much cash is likely to go out, what is my closing bank balance likely to be. And what you're really doing is looking for situations where it's going to go negative, where maybe if you don't have an overdraft, then it can't go negative. So if it was going to go, let's just say 4,000 negative in April, and you don't have that 4,000 facility, then it means you need to do something to boost the income or reduce the costs to keep, to make sure your business doesn't hit the rocks. So my advice would be to prepare a forecast, either maybe an accountant, or maybe if I do something next week, I'm happy to share a link with you. Prepare the information first, and then what the second thing you really need to do is look at it and spot the red flag. You're looking for the red flags. Where is there likely to be an issue? And then you're looking at actions to take to minimize that bank balance really getting into trouble.
Okay, that's really good, and it's really refreshing actually to hear. I think like when you come from a place of being proactive rather than panic, and that'd be a good tagline for you actually. Be proactive, don't panic.
Don't panic. Yeah.
Don't panic, be proactive. And I think like a lot of the time, I always say faith over fear. And I think what we're doing at the moment is planning and creating something that will serve us now, but will also serve us in the future. That can be just a product that you'll give maybe your mastermind group when they come in after this,
Yeah.
And that's some really good advice about cash flow, because I think we all, I mean, like I'm an online business mentor, so I help people understand technology.
Yeah.
So definitely hearing some business numbers and some practical tips is really good.
Yeah.
It's yeah, it's very welcoming. So it is.
Mm.
So when you have that product created next week,
Yeah.
you can come back and share the link.
I will. I'll be happy to do so. Yeah.
That would be great. And you know, we're all here to really support each other and to help the cash flow for everyone.
Yeah.
So Kirsten, so for you, one of the things that I just wanted to say for you was that right now, so you, as you said, like you were doing one-to-one coaching with parents, and I think you know, possibly creating a Facebook group, you know, parent corona sanity or something. I don't know if you have a free group right now, do you?
I have a free group, and it's the Parent Empowerment Group. So I have about 45 parents, but I want to increase that. So like you said, this is my opportunity to
Put the link here, put the link to that parent empowerment, or if you want to go back, this is being streamed on Facebook, on my Facebook page as well, so people can watch this later and they can come in and get your links and go to your websites and check you out. And I think like there's a client of mine, Suzanne Clark, and literally she does yoga, and she's literally going to offer that free for the next couple of weeks. And I think then we're just deciding now how she's going to bring in some cash flow from that herself. So right now, show up. I think, I mean, one of the things is show up, be of service. If you get any nudges to create something, go for it. Follow your own intuition and guidance, whatever is coming to you right now. And I think I think parents really do need support right now. I mean, you could create something that is like, I mean, it could be as low budget as $1 a week, $1 a month. But if you had a high volume of parents where you show up every day, I mean, I was thinking the other night of Wine Online, right? You know, we might do one of these in the evening time. What's that?
I did one of those. I think I called it the parent workshop, and I said, "Bring the wine so you can wine."
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's brilliant.
My problem is the technology. So to get the link for my parent empowerment group, I haven't even been able to post that. How do you get that? You do that through Facebook?
Yeah. So if you go to your Facebook group and if you open it. Open it on your browser now if you can. So maybe minimize this video if you can. Open up your browser, go to your group, and just grab the URL from the search bar at the top.
Okay.
Okay. And now it may be a whole pile of numbers if you haven't customized the URL of your Facebook group, and that's fine. That's fine. You can still share it like that. You are better off going into the settings of the group and changing that. And we'll be doing all those kind of little tiny things next week.
Yeah, I definitely want to be a part of your group next week.
Yeah, and just what was I going to say to you? Just yeah, so grab the URL and come and share it in here with the group. And because like I say, my client Suzanne last night, that the yoga lady, we'll call her, like I invited all of my sisters, there's a good few of us, and some of my friends to her yoga group. So I must actually check. I'd say she's after going up by around 50 people in a day, because people were looking for things to do at home. And I mean, the thing is, like, I am thinking I'm going to be super fit, decluttered house, have a 6-pack or an 8-pack by the end of it, from all the goals, right, that I want to achieve. Because I remember, I'll just share this small story with you. I was back in 2006 and I was in a car accident, and I was rear-ended. Now the car accident wasn't that severe, but I had really bad damage to my back. I was out of work for a year, and I was limping with my left leg for a year as well. And I'll never forget it. I had just actually met my now husband. We were probably maybe 6 months going out together, and we had our hard times initially. And anyway, I remember one day I was lying on my back because I was in so much pain and I was crying. Like, and I was just so fucking depressed. And I remember saying to myself, well, I may be sore, but I will not be fat. Because I remember that day I lay there and I just started juicing. My husband actually had a juicer at the time, and any of the photos I look back during that time, my skin, because I was drinking carrot juice every day, I was glowing. I was absolutely glowing. And I think this is a time where you can really, share positivity with your clients and say, look, this is hard, we will get through it. This is a great opportunity for creating something amazing in your life right now, and create that positivity for your clients. And we all have to, like, I remind myself every day, this is going to pass, we're going to get through it. I've even, I actually prayed last night and this morning. I haven't gotten my knees for a long time and prayed. And, just prayed for my family, prayed for my parents, and just hope that everything will pass. And there's a great guy, actually, I don't know if you know him, guys. I'll have to get him on. I'm going to do, actually, as these continue, I'm going to get experts on to do talks. So if any of you want to eventually come on and do an expert spot, there's a friend of mine, his name is called Greg Muller, and his website is called leadthepack.net. And so I was on a retreat with Greg last September. We went to Inishmore, and since then we've been doing 100 days of meditation and accountability in his WhatsApp group. And I'm now on day 60 today. But I restarted. Every time if you miss a day, you have to restart. And boy, I've restarted 3 times. So I'm probably on around day 200 officially. So it's like thinking outside the box. How can you be there? How can you price differently that's affordable? Because I think people are making different decisions, so it's about really, being there. So what do you think, Kirsten, you could do for your clients?
I think a lot is showing up and really brainstorming for me, figuring out what days I'm going to show up. I love doing Facebook Lives. I've been kind of, sometimes I'll do it on my personal, sometimes I'll do it on my Facebook group. But I think really for me, I need to develop a calendar for myself so I show up. And then also what I wanted to ask you, one of my friends, he's a producer and he does music. And he said, Kristen, I have a donate on my page. He's like, so I'm giving a lot of stuff for free and people can donate to his service. So I'm wondering if this is a time that I could just have a little donate or just, yeah,
for sure. And to be honest, in this program that I'm going to do next April, I'm going to do the 4 weeks create your website. And so I'm doing it completely for free. People in 4 weeks will create their website. So one of the ways in which, let's say, for me, the cash flow will come from that is by people subscribing to the software that I'm recommending. Now, I only recommend the stuff that I'm using myself and I find really good. So that's one of the ways that I will monetize that. The other way was I was actually contemplating putting a donate button on it. So, I think if you get an idea, I think if you get an idea, take action on it. The thing is that you can always go, do you know what, that didn't work, but you'll never know if you don't do it. So try it and see.
I'm planning to do an in-person workshop with local ladies. I might still continue to plan that. It was supposed to be the whole month of April, and I'll just do it on Zoom, and I'll hopefully still get paid almost the same amount. I might charge a little less. But I think I still need to go forward with that because those ladies really needed my help and I need to follow up with them too.
And the thing is as well, and the thing is as well is that, the benefit now of going online is they get the recording. So it's not just going to a workshop and trying to remember all that you can. They are going to get the recording and they can watch you again and again. I think I'm losing you there, Kirsten, a bit.
Okay. Oh, I know. Okay.
Yeah, no, you're okay now. You're back.
Guys, apologies, Martha. I'm going to have to run there. But look,
Yeah, no
it was
worries.
great being on, great meeting you all online, and I love the positivity.
Yeah.
And does this happen every day?
Yeah, I'm turning up basically Monday to Friday, 1 o'clock, for your sanity and mine.
Yeah,
We're
it's a great idea. I mean, I was thinking of doing something similar myself for my own clients. So yeah, this probably confirms I will do it. Yes.
Yeah, and just look, the thing is that one of the things, you know, a client or a girl that signed up to that SOS yesterday, she used to be a client of mine a couple of years ago, and she said, why have I taken so long to do this? And, you know, I said to her, I said, the darkness brings out the stars, and it's really, you know, this is a great time to really shine. Just, do you know what? Just be you. People need you. Get out there. You know, I need to learn more about cash flow. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to, you know, hearing about parenting. I'm looking forward to decluttering my wardrobe, Claire. You know, so we all need each other. And it's really about just getting, you know, I call it draining your brain, getting that knowledge out there. And I think now we're being forced to do it, you know?
Yeah.
I think someone waved a magic wand up there, although there are a lot of consequences that aren't so nice. There's going to be a lot of positives that come out of this. And part of me is very glad that the people are
sorry, Martha, guys.
Yeah,
Hopefully
no
I'll see you
worries,
tomorrow,
Neil.
guys, if you're on.
We'll see you
Take
tomorrow.
care.
Good
Bye.
luck. Bye, Neil.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Thanks.
So it's like we're in a great opportunity to show up different, show up and be seen, because right now you can't hide, you know. I think we have Laura's after coming in as well. Oh, Kim Summers is here. Hi, Kim. Sorry, I didn't see you there. I'll bring in these two ladies now as well. So Kim, actually, this is fantastic. Kim meet Kirsten, Kirsten meet Kim. Kim is a client of mine, and she is the founder of Ultraflex Dance Academy. And we've been working together the last 6 to 9 months, and she's brought her dance academy online just in time.
Right?
Yeah, just on time. And hi, Laura. How are you doing today?
Hi.
You're all wrapped up there.
I'm cold. I've been sitting doing Zoom all morning, and I'm just short of a dressing gown now to be put on this day.
Yeah.
But I'm going to move after this, so I'll do a bit of an exercise.
Do. So hang on, we see if we can
What did I miss, Martha? I'm gutted I missed it.
Oh, you'll have to watch it back, actually. It was really good.
Oh, fab.
I just want to see. My husband I think he's floating around. Just give me a second, I think, hi, Kim. Oh, he's all right, he'll survive. We've just 10 minutes left. I'd say he wants to get something out of the office, but anyway, he can survive. Hello, Kim. I can't hear you now. Hang on, unmute you.
Is that you
there? Oh, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
So Kim, I was just saying, Kirsten is on with us today, and Kirsten is a parenting coach. And I said, what a fantastic combination, or maybe somehow, you never know, like people on these recordings and these coffee breaks are going to connect, and you never know what might come out of it. You know, so how you can help each other out as well, you know, because you both have the same audience.
Yeah, exactly. That's so important, you know, and it's great to hear everybody. I could hear you for ages.
Sorry, I didn't see that you had turned up, and I have to promote you to a panelist to bring you in. So, sorry, we were caught up in conversation there.
It was very interesting what you were saying, like, yeah, you know, and I suppose, like, reinventing yourself and trying to keep working, keep the message alive, you know.
And keep just that. I just want to give. I'm just going to put that girl's name in the chat box. Alex, I think that's her. So I was watching a live stream of this lady there recently, and last night, and I just want to go back over those things that like, it's something that I say basically literally yesterday I went and I created that offer of the SOS online. So we're going to be doing that next week if any of you want to join us. The link there is in the chat box. And it's literally 3 days and then 3 bonus days, and we're going to create your digital offer and get it out there. So even if you don't have a website, we're going to create, even there is no hiding from me. I'm a bit of an ass kicker when I want to be, right? So even when I first started online, I see you, Laura. When I first started online, I had a Facebook page and a PayPal link. That's all I had, and I still made money, and I still worked with people. You don't need all the bells and whistles. In April, I'm doing the website thing. So do your website thing with me then, but still get started now and create your digital offer, right? So we're going to create your sales page, your digital offer, your payment, and answer any technical questions you have next week. So join us for that if you're interested. But it's really about, like, literally yesterday I was like, you know, like Kim is part of the Global Online Star program that I run. And, you know, that's quite a high price point. And I just feel people need something now. So what's the urgency? They need, what do your audience need right now? And actually, Kim, if you want to share your links as well, if everyone shares your links in the chat box, I'll be sharing them again on social media. It's all about helping each other, promoting each other, and just helping, as Neil said, that cash flow, right? Yeah. Because people still need to live. They need to get on with life. And so Kim has, do you want to introduce yourself, Kim?
Yeah, hi guys, I'm Kim. I run the Ultraflex Dance Academy, and I have at the moment 3 courses that are free online for people in my Teachable account. So it's fantastic, like it's great. I mean, I was so happy that I had that Take 5 challenge course done, and all I had to do was that, like that Thursday when they said they were closing the schools, that went out straight away. Everybody to be able to do. And then I've been brought from that about the class and the split challenge for the more advanced dancers and stuff like that. So it's great to be able to kind of work from online as well. But I suppose like that now I have to put plans in place for, you know, we are going to come out the end of this, but like in the interim, what am I going to do for the cash flow? Like I've done this to kind of support people and keep kids busy, but ultimately I can't continue to just run it for free, you know? So
and like what I think it's like saying to yourself, okay, so what do they need? What's the urgency that they need? And it's interesting, I'll just tell you this, Kim, actually, because last Saturday I said to the girls, I said, come on, I said, well, we do Ultraflex, and they were like, no, that's Monday, mommy.
Yeah.
Right, because they go to Kim's classes, right? And so one of the things, and I had it in my head to say to you, I'll say this to you now, is that they now need to go, oh, we do Ultraflex online every day.
Yeah.
So dance online every day. So it's about changing the message. So it's about educating your clients about, okay, this is what we do. You know, every day we turn up, every day we move, and you know why the movement is good for you. And I think, you know, it could be a case that you put a really low price offer out there, you know, like let's say, like knowing, hopefully we might get Neil back on talking about cash flow, but knowing what your baseline costs are, knowing what money needs to be covered every month, and what's the other thing I was going to say to you, you know, and saying, right, okay, let's say for example your baseline is €1,000 expenses a month. It's possibly more, it's possibly less, right? Okay, how am I going to get €1,000 a month and have some left for whatever, you know, your own income, right? So let's say, okay, I need to make 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 a month, right? So if you need to make 5,000 a month, how many people at $10 do I need to get? Like if you create some kind of a membership where, you know, $10 a month might be affordable, right? $1 a week, $5 a week, whatever. The price point has to sit with you where you feel in your gut, this is I feel okay receiving this, I feel okay asking for this, and I feel it's a fair price point. Now I'm actually going to have a friend of mine, I was just speaking about her earlier on, Marcia O'Regan. Marcia is she's brilliant around, she's an energy color therapist, but she's great in talking about lack and abundance. And one of the things we can go into right now in our price pointing is we can go into a complete lack, where we may charge too cheaply, we may charge too low. But personally, I feel for me, like, say when I created this thing next week, it's the cheapest thing I have ever done. It's $27. That's the price that came to me. And I said, that's what I'm going to charge. I didn't question it because it felt right for me. So whatever prices you come up with right now, like, we're in such uncharted territory that I think you have to go with your gut.
Yeah. And I think that membership, I think, is probably something that I have to go with. And actually, it was something that I had a price even before this was going to be the 10 euro a month. That was in my, that for me, I felt it was justable for parents to pay out, you know, for this service that I would offer, like, you know. So, and then just put my normal classes like that on pause, I suppose, or on hold until we can resume. But keep it alive, I suppose, until then.
Yeah, and I think as well, sorry, go on, Kirsten.
I just wanted her to put her website in the chat because I want to promote that on with my parents, because they're all asking what's some good physical education to do. Yeah,
I'm just working from my phone at the moment because my computer's getting fixed. So what I'll do is I'll put the link after the chat.
Would you go onto the Facebook page after this, and you'll see the live stream. And actually, are we still live?
It says it's recording.
Martha, are you doing your workshop next week on Zoom, or what platform?
Yeah, exactly, Zoom. So it'll be similar to this, but it'll be private, and it will be let me just double check it. So we're doing so the times, it is going to be I've set the times, but I may change the times because I only realized after setting the times that time zone wise it's not a good time for anyone outside of Ireland. So what I might do is I might change it to the afternoon. So I might do it, so it's going to be 2 hours every day, and then the following week is going to be another 2 hours. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 2 hours, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And one of the things that I am, like, yesterday I created this offer in 2 hours and I got it set up and turned around. Now I'm technical anyway and I can do this stuff, right? But it doesn't take 6 months to get something out there. Once you get over the resistance. So like, part of doing this with me is like, literally we're going to get it done. There's no excuses in this, because the thing is that I could say, oh, we'll do this in 4 weeks. It doesn't take 4 weeks. The thing is that the shit is happening now. We don't know where we're going to be in 4 weeks, and please God, none of us will be sick in 4 weeks. So you need to have something that you can literally turn on and just create an income from. And look, it may not be the income you had, but it may be some cash flow. I think cash flow is the key word from today's call, basically. But what's really interesting about what we're doing here is that, like, Kirsten is in Connecticut, Kim, you're here in Galway. Like, already you've made a connection. You know, we'll start sharing your parenting stuff over here, Kirsten. You know, and already
I'm so excited to just bring it back to the basics. And I was planning on doing a live stream today on preparing the environment and bringing the Montessori back to the home for toddlers, for teenagers. Like, what does that look like? So you're kind of, the juice is flowing. So Martha, I really appreciate this call.
Brilliant.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate it as a parent. I'm just looking forward to following you so I don't lose my mind, you know. And I think, like, you know, like, just there, we were out for a cycle there this morning, and I don't want to say anything now because my little girl will hear me. One stage she rolled her eyes at me and I nearly lost it. I was like, don't you roll your eyes. 9 and 7.
Okay, yeah, I have similar.
Yeah, and I was like, don't you roll your eyes at me. And I was like, oh my God, you know, please God, we just get through this. And, you know, like I said to them the other day about, let's sit down and set some goals of, you know, what you want to achieve by the end of the corona. And so we're trying to be optimistic without killing each other, you know, and being positive. So I go through moments where we're really having an ideal life, and then we're like, each other.
I love
So I
how
think-
in our head we have this whole, oh, this is going to look beautiful. This is going to work. And then the kids come in, they're like, nah, I don't want to do that. That schedule's not going to work for us.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's really, if you can help people find the balance between perfect and real life, then that would be great.
That's a good point.
And even just like literally having space where parents can vent, you know, you know, and you know,
yeah, I like the wine idea. I think I will have my glass of wine and everyone can bring.
Well, hopefully no one will turn into wine o'clock alcoholics, but
Their glass of wine with wine around the clock.
yeah, like between the wine and like what I think I'm starting is the Corona Stone, and you know, we had St. Patrick's Day here yesterday, and I had so much shite because we've been so healthy, and I said, okay, we're having a blowout day. Let's just have whatever we want, you know. So it's back to healthy buzz today. But so anyway, so guys, anyone else want to throw in anything about your business or questions or anything like that?
Martha, will you have your afternoons or your time set for the SOS program? Can you let me know? Because I want to sign up for it, but it's depending on my schedule. So as soon as you know, could you let me know, and then I'll try and see what I can.
I will of course. Yeah. Which would suit better?
Just once I have a bit of notice, I can then schedule my own clients.
Yeah, I might actually do it in the afternoon because what I'm trying at the moment is once we all get out and get our exercise, what I know happens for me is if we don't get the exercise in the morning, the day goes on, the rain comes, and then another day goes and there's no exercise. So we might do it maybe like something like 1 to 3 o'clock GMT. What time is it there now, Kirsten?
So this was a 9 o'clock start.
Oh,
and, this would be good, or even like 1 hour later, a 10 to 12. I'm just seeing my, you know, like that would be great.
I know. Well, you see, what I kind of want to do is say have enough time. I get my kids set up, you get your kids set up. They're bribed into whatever they need to be bribed for those couple of hours, and so I will change that up. Because I think the 9:30. You know what? Even for me, I knew when I wrote the time. It's just it's too early to be sitting down and ready. So I'll change that next week. Okay, guys, I think we'll wrap it up. We're at the end of our hour. Thank you so much for joining. I hope it's been of benefit. And if you see the post going up for the online coffee break, would you please share it on your profiles and share it around with your peeps? Right. And if you want to join us online for the SOS Online, where we will, we might have a glass of wine at the end of it to celebrate.
Celebration.
Yeah, exactly. And so this is recorded. I'm trying to find it there on Facebook. This is recorded on Facebook, and you can watch the replays. And we're going to be I'm going to do an expert maybe every third day. So this is turning into something really entertaining, and it's nice. Do you know what? It's just nice to have the connection, I think, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
sure.
So I will see you tomorrow if you're joining us tomorrow, and I'll see you next week in the SOS group.
Brilliant. Thanks so much, Martha.
Thanks, Martha.
Nice to meet you.
Bye.
Thanks.